Okay, guys, so we are going to be having our chapter 3 test when you guys come back next week. We're going to review in class, don't worry, but I also want you to use today to review the strategies that we've learned all throughout chapter 3. So, if we look at this, I created a quick chart for us to glance at. That's all the strategies that we've learned, okay? So, the first thing that we learned in this chapter was multiplying by our tens, our hundreds, and our ones, right? We solve our basic fact first, we count our zeros, then we add our zeros onto the back of our numbers. So, when we do 300 times 4, 3 times 4 equals 12. Then we had 2 zeros, so that's 1,200. The next strategy that we learned was rounding to estimate a product. So we round to the highest place value unless they tell us differently. So we were going to round our hundreds because it's 372. We solve the basic fact after we round, and then we add on our zeros. So when we're rounding, we ask ourselves 4 or less or 5 or more. So the number before was a 7, so that's 5 or more. So my 3 gets to raise the score. I go to 400. 400 times 3 equals 1,200. That's my estimated product. When we also need to identify if a number is reasonable or not. So when I like to think of reasonable or not reasonable, I like to think of you guys as the teachers, okay? You're telling me, is this answer close? Is this person somewhat reasonable? Were they somewhat right? Or were they not reasonable? Were they completely off? So to do that, we need to round to estimate a product, like the number that you see in pink. So we round 472 times 2 to 500 times 2, which is 1,000. They told us it was 419. They're pretty close to 1,000, right? If we round it, we get 1,000. They're pretty close. It's reasonable, okay? Expanded form to solve multi-digit multiplication. So we need to write the multi-digit number in expanded form first. So I need to take 1,276 and write 1,000 plus 200 plus 70 plus 6. Then I need to multi-value by the single-digit factor. So 1,000 times 9, 200 times 9, 70 times 9, and 6 times 9. So I get 9,000, 1,800, 630, and 54. Then I add all these values together, and my product is 11,484, okay? Now, I'm using partial products. You guys are going to see partial products on your test, okay? It asks you to identify the partial products. These are called your partial products, okay? They don't give me my total answer, but they are products. They're part of my answer. So I line up my factors vertically, meaning up and down. Then I do each number by its place value. So remember, this is not a 6. It's actually representing a 60. This is not just a 2. It's representing a 200. This is not just a 4. It's representing a 4,000. So when I multiply 3 times 7, I get 21. When I multiply 3 times 60, I get 18 and 1 0, so that's 180. When I multiply 3 times 200, 3 times 2 is 6. I add 2 zeros, 600. When I multiply 3 times 4,000, 4 times 3 is 12. I add 3 zeros, okay? I add up all my partial products. I get 1, 10, 8, and then I bring down my 12th value. So it's 12,801. And the last strategy you guys used, which was to solve it in standard algorithm. So we line up our numbers vertically again, which means up and down, and then we multiply and carry over if needed. Standard algorithm is a strategy where we're combining a bunch of the strategies we've already learned, okay? We're multiplying our basic facts, we're carrying over, we're adding if we need to, we're regrouping if we need to, we're using our place value strategies. So I start off with 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3. I put my 3 down here. And then I move on to my next, my tens. 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. So just like adding, I put my 4 down here and I bring my 2 up here. Now this is adding 2. So first what I do is 3 times 2, which is 6. Then I add 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6 plus 2 is 8. My 8 goes right here. 3 times 5 is 15. I bring my 15 down. Okay, guys, these are going to be your third grade chapter 3 strategies, for fourth grade, that we're using for our test come next week. So I want you guys to review all these strategies today.